back and do the senior, Edwin Cortez. Son of Daniel Cortez and Janet Castillo. Future plans, study criminal justice at Indian Hills. Favorite soccer memory, winning a conference in 2024. Our next senior, Benjamin Kronlagi. Benjamin's the son of Stephanie and Chad Kronlagi. Plans after graduation. After high school, I plan to attend Kirkwood Community College to study managerial marketing and business. After completing my time there, I plan to transfer to Kansas State University, where I'll major in business. Favorite soccer memory, winning conference my sophomore year. Our next seniors, Kevin Ramundo. Kevin's the son of Adriana and Mario Ramundo. His future plans are to study microbiology at the University of Iowa. His favorite soccer memory is the bus rides and the hilarious conversations we have with the teammates. And our last senior, Narek Ramundo. Narek's the son of Juan and Nayeli Ramundo. His future plans to attend Indian Hills in the nursing program. His favorite soccer memory, messing around on JV with Fernando Ortega. And there's the Washington Demon seniors. Congratulations.
And we'll be right back to Washington Wellness Park. After this short commercial break, we'll get the starting lineups, get you set for kickoff between Washington and Burlington.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance. And welcome back after a long-awaited break. It is time for some Washington Demon boys soccer on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where we, as always, are powered by our friends at Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the Demon pregame show presented by the Ann C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. My name is Jack Knowlton. It has been a minute since the Demon Boys team was last here at home. A few games on the road, a bunch of games on the road. Rather, we had one that was supposed to be at home against Mount Pleasant on April 16th. That one ended up getting moved to the road, and they'll play the rematch at home here in a couple of weeks. But Washington in action today against the Burlington Grayhounds, a team that drew 1-1 with Washington in one of those games away from home. Down there at Bracewell Stadium in Burlington, it was 1-1. The Demons got a goal in the 78th minute. It was Xavi Resendez who was able to snag an equalizer away for Washington and give them one of their two draws this season. The other one was against Mid Prairie on the road. Demons also lost to MP. I mentioned that road game that already happened against the Panthers. 2-1 away from home. They lost 3-1 to Fairfield, then beat Keokuk 8-0, and in their most recent game fell 6-0 to Fort Madison. So definitely looking to rebound here this evening. Burlington coming in at 2-6-1. They're 1-3-1 in the Southeast Conference. Greyhounds last three. They also fell to Fort Madison. 4-0 loss. They beat Keokuk 10-0 and lost to MP in their most recent one, 3-0. Will be interesting to see how this rematch goes between these two sides. One of the starters for Burlington tonight, Jacob Nudd, was the scorer for Burlington. I mentioned it was Xavi Resendez. Ben Kronlage got the assist. Good game for Braden Tappan. He's had a good season for Washington in between the posts. Had 7 saves in that one. Had to make even more against Fort Madison, 28. That's his season high. Tappan, 90 saves on the year, all told. Of course, Washington don't want to leak as many goals as they did that first time around against Fort Madison, or that second time around against the Bloodhounds. They're playing the Greyhounds for the second time around in SEC play. So we've gone that one full cycle. Standings are as follows. It is MP at 8-1-1 overall. They are 6-0 in the SEC. Fairfield currently in second at 4-1. Fort Madison 4-2. Burlington at that 1-3-1 record, and Washington one spot below them at 1-4-1. So big match, a big opportunity for Washington to potentially get back on track here. And crucially, as the starting lineups trot out, and we'll send you the PA for that in just a moment, seeing one of the 3 captains, one of the 4 seniors celebrating senior day today. Edwin Cortez back out there has missed some time due to injury this year. With that, we'll kick it to the PA, the starting lineups between Washington and Burlington right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Washington Wellness Park and your very own Washington Demons. The High School Athletic Association and Washington High School encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions made by the officials. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together, we can set the standards for good sportsmanship. Please join me in welcoming our officials for tonight, Perry Hines, Josh Harker, and Jose Carino. And now for the starting lineups for the Burlington Grayhounds. Number 0, Caleb Menon. Number 8, Donovan Hampton. Number 12, Owen Stevens. Number 17, Christopher Valdez. Number 19, Jacob Nudd. Number 23, Augie Norris. Number 25, Aspen Simmons. Number 27, Kaiden Dreckmeyer. Number 29, Radek Pazlowski. Number 37, Nick Schroeder. Number 41, Keegan McCampbell. And now the starting lineup for your Washington Demons. Number 0, Braden Tappan. Number 3, Edwin Cortez. Number 4, Johan Resendez. Number 5, Javi Resendez. Number 9, Joseph Schreiber. Number 11, Santiago Ramirez. Number 14, Giovanni Martinez. Number 16, Ben Kronlagi. Number 17, Eric Ramundo. Number 18, Fletcher Brower. And number 19, Kevin Salas Gomez. At this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats as we pay honor to this great nation with our special guest singer, Mr. Will Hart.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Awesome job. Thank you, Will. Go Demons.
And those were your starting lineups in the national anthem. Great rendition of the anthem right there. Nothing more fitting to get us started between Washington and Burlington, a conference matchup, the second between these two teams this season. It's 6-4-1 since 2021 between these two teams. Washington leads that series. Of course, the draw coming back on April 13th. It was the Grayhounds who got the better of Washington last season in the second matchup. They split the series with a 3-0 win for the Greyhounds, a 1-0 win for the Demons back in 2025. Starting lineup is a reminder for both teams. Washington with Tappan, mentioned Edwin Cortez, who's had some knocks, dealt with some injuries this season, but he is back out there. Great to see their senior captain for the Demons, and obviously the returning leading goal scorer from a year ago, All-SEC player, was Cortez. 9 goals and an assist last year. This year so far, just the 1 goal and 1 assist, but of course, like we mentioned, that includes some missed time. Johan and Xavi Resendez out there, as well as Joseph Schreiber. Santiago Ramirez, the fantastic freshman, is making another start. He has asserted himself in year 1, 6 goals and 2 assists on the year for him. Giovanni Martinez making a 6th start this season. Ben Kronlage, Eric Raimundo, another captain. Fletcher Brower is one as well. And Kevin Salas Gomez. That Gomez, Brower, Schreiber trio in defense. So big for Washington. Martinez wearing number 14. We'll see where he ends up right now, kind of actually in that central center back position with Salas Gomez ahead of him. So a little bit of a change from the last time we saw Washington. Of course, they can bring in Neri Salazar, who has 9 starts this season and 2 goals and an assist to his name. He's on the bench today. Braden Clough has made an impact in 9 appearances, hasn't scored yet, but 7 shots and 4 on target, so 1 to watch as a reserve, as well as Raimundo trips up Owen Stevens of Burlington. Stevens 2 assists this year. Got 1 in their 3-2 win over Minneapolis. Got 1 assist in that 10-0 win over Keokuk. That is where a lot of Burlington's scoring has come. 15 goals. They scored 10 of them in that game. And here is Salas Gomez. So that holding midfielder role up in front of those defenders. Raimundo touches it down to Cortez. Burlington trying to win it back and possess. This is Christopher Valdez, number 17 for the Greyhounds, over on that right-hand side. Throwing it in, number 29, Radek Peslowski. And they get it forward quickly, and an early cross is testing Tappan. Had to be turned away by Fletcher Brower. Tappan got a hand to it. And a good early chance for the Greyhounds. Brower sends it to the other side of the pitch. Santi Ramirez will chase this. Back there is Augie Norris, who has it now, number 23 for Burlington, pokes it ahead, but out for a Washington throw. So good pressure by Ramirez. That's going to let the Demons get some more numbers forward. So Resendez will just take a second, let his teammates get set up. Ben Kronlage working it on that left side of Washington when won his team another throw. Had a heck of a start to the season. 3 goals and 4 assists already this year. Of course, Washington got some big-time wins. We saw them beat Columbus, Hillcrest, and Highland here. That game against the Huskies, a resounding win, 11-1 for Washington. They ended it on the mercy rule with about 90 seconds to play. Tappan will run out and collect that one. So an early save for Tappan on the cross across the face of goal. Actually doesn't technically go down as a save. The shot wasn't on frame, but of course was a dangerous pass. Rolled across that 18-yard box, and necessary palm to the soccer ball. Now Washington with some more good play forward. It's going to roll all the way through to the goalkeeper for Burlington. It's Caleb Menon. Menon, just a freshman, and we don't have listed heights over on Bound, which is what I use for most of my prep. There's a peek behind the curtain, I guess, but Menon, quite tall. Got a presence back there. See how difficult it is to get a ball past him. His season high in saves this year was 15. Again, you have to take those a little bit with a grain of salt. Of course, if you're called into action to make more saves, it likely means you're conceding and facing a lot of attack. That mark came in a 7-0 loss for Burlington to Cedar Rapids Jefferson. So obviously not the result the Greyhounds will want. They won't want their goalkeeper called into that much action, but he's certainly capable of getting a lot of saves, as is Tappan. And now Washington's defense going to be tested here. A strike with the left foot. Tappan dives for it. Jacob Nudd, mentioned him in the pregame, gets the shot off, and Tappan that time able to be equal to it. It's good tracking back by the Demons defense. Nudd, 6 goals. He leads Burlington this season. You see him up there centrally. He'll be directing the team behind him, wearing that captain's band. On the ball now is Nudd again, and pokes one toward goal. There's 2 quick saves for Tappan. Good ball in from Caden Dreckmeyer. So the Demons the Greyhounds rather, with the best chances so far. Resendez just unable to save that one. Simmons will throw. Simmons goes long, and Resendez, nice defending there. Aggressive getting back to help out. Stevens turns his man, gets it forward. Nudd tried to find the running Dreckmeyer. It was out of play. Burlington and Washington both trying to build from last year. Greyhounds, 3 wins. They got 2 of those in SEC play. Of course, Washington just 1-7 in the league a year ago. They've been much improved this year, even though still the SEC results have been somewhat hard to come by. It's a really competitive division this year. Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, Washington have all played each other close. Burlington, of course, these 2 teams, a 1-1 draw. Fort Madison, of course, that was a 2-1 game against Washington here at Washington Wellness Park. So the Demons have been competitive, but of course, trying to reverse their fortunes from a little bit of a bigger defeat against Fort Madison last time. Raimundo touchdown well, tries to turn it for Resendez. Out of play for a Burlington throw. Raimundo trying to guard and take it away from Stevens. Works it upfield, and Brower just there to clear again. Keegan McCampbell there in the back for Burlington. Him and Donovan Hampton, number 8 and number 41, respectively. The 2 center halves. You see Raimundo up front. Neri Salazar is into the game for Washington and has it here. Take it long throw in there for Burlington. Ball rolls all the way through to Tappan, who can collect. Go quickly to Kronlagi. It's taken right off his feet, though. Nick Schroeder trying to roll it through. It's another chance. Off the crossbar, and it somehow stayed out. A heck of an effort by Nudd. And he'll feel a little bit robbed by the Washington goal there. Big opportunity again for Jacob Nudd, who has put his stamp on this game so far. Frame of the goal, able to bail out the Demons. Raimundo trying to find Salazar. Got Santiago running with him. Kronlagi couldn't win that throw by Resendez, and now Burlington can maybe come up the other way. This is Dreckmeyer. Tried to go centrally. Resendez able to break it up and is pushed from behind, so that'll win a Washington free kick. And going back to the games we saw here in the early part of the season for the Demons, set pieces have been vital for them to score some goals. Been able to put some on frame and put some in a dangerous area. Kronlage has been the primary taker, and he's on it here. With the right foot, hits it hard and can't beat the first man. Tried to recycle it over to Schreiber on that left-hand side, but it rolls out for a Burlington throw. Kronlage trying to turn and is fouled again. So we'll do another free kick from just a little bit more of a spot from the left side. But Washington can queue up nonetheless. See if Kronlage can bend it into this wind blowing toward him. Hit it kind of low again. It bounces for Ramirez, who smashed that one over the crossbar. Coach Sallyhart will like what she's got in the future of this Demons program. Ramirez having a really strong freshman season. That ball hooked over. Kronlage can settle it. Tried to head it forward to Raimundo, but it was intercepted, and now here's Simmons. Brower able to gather for Washington. Salazar, Kronlage, returned for Neri Salazar, and forward for Resendez. Xavi Resendez tried to go early, and a good challenge by Dreckmeyer. Can Washington keep it in this final third? Try and put a shot on frame. Brower tried to return it to Kronlage. He couldn't find him. And now Nudd can turn and send it forward to a scampering Paslowski, who slides forward, battling with Schreiber. And Joseph Schreiber strong there. Schreiber, a junior, got the assist for that one Washington goal against Fairfield. Eric Raimundo scored that one. He'll be open for a goal on senior day. Raimundo, 6 goals. That matches Ramirez this season. The run booted high and away by Martinez. Burlington can build again. Schroeder over for Dreckmeyer. It's cleared away. Resendez trying to settle. Turning up field. Just unable to keep it out of touch. Dreckmeyer gets it in. Resendez wins it back. Resendez trying to dash up the right wing. Dreckmeyer and Simmons have been called into some action in the early part of this first half. 27 minutes and change to go in it. Nothing separating these two teams, save for the woodwork of the Washington goal. And now with some space, Dreckmeyer trying to play in a scampering Jacob Nudd. Nudd has it, goes around one. Jacob Nudd into the box, tries to chip it up and can't chip it over Braden Tappan. I'll go down as a third save for Braden. Again, Washington goes long. Can Raimundo run onto this? Can Burlington deal with it? Going early, and perhaps smartly was Menon, but it's turned over. And Salazar and Ramirez play a nice 1-2. Now Raimundo tried to hook it toward the path of Resendez at the far post. Salas Gomez has some time. Good idea. Couldn't find the ball over to Resendez, though. Brower has it. And he does find Xavi Resendez, who tries to roll it in the path of Raimundo. Now Kronlage crashing off the rebound and will win a corner. Or no, a foul called on Kronlage as Hampton went sliding in for it. Karanlagi again. Can turn. Sub for the Greyhounds. Schroeder will go to the bench. Roy Brown will come in. Brown will go up top, and Nudd will slide to that attacking midfield spot. Kind of just in behind that striker, it looks like. He's dropped a little bit deeper now. Brower sends it long, takes an awkward bounce off the head that time of McCampbell. Raimundo. Ball played forward. Ramirez trying to run onto it. Out to get it was Menon. Resendez, Washington's been able to be first to these Burlington clearances, and that's allowed them to build a little bit more. Keep it in their half after that early spell of play with those big chances for Jacob Nudd. As Braden Clow will come in. Neri Salazar will head to the bench. Raimundo now dropped a little deeper. Clow going as that central striker. Nice wheelie one by Resendez. Eric went early. Menon had to make the save, but it wasn't too difficult of an effort for the Burlington keeper. But there's at least a shot on goal for Washington, and they've had the better run of play here in the last 5-10 minutes. Well done that time by Simmons, but couldn't quite get the ball forward, but now Nudd has it with a little bit of space, and Nudd delivers an early ball. That's hit too hard, though. That's where maybe the Washington home field advantage really does come in, because with this wind, it's blowing right out from behind me, sort of in the direction that Nudd was hitting that pass, and you could tell as soon as it came off his foot, was going to have too much behind it. Got to put a lot of weight on those passes, know how hard or how soft really to hit them and play them downfield, especially through the air. Clow out for a Washington throw. Had to check the assistant's flag there. They're as useful to me as they are to the head referee. Schreiber. And that was handled by Santiago Ramirez. Under 23 minutes left in half number one. Washington, 29 goals on the season, looking for one to break this deadlock. This is a Demons team that scored just 15 goals all of last year. I mentioned the record currently doesn't reflect it as well as the eye test. This Washington team's looked a lot more improved this year. Obviously a young team, still a relatively young team, even with these 4 quality seniors on this year's roster, and Ramirez was trying to go early to Clow. He timed up the run well, but the pass was cut off by Burlington, and now Nudd can roll it into the path of Dreckmeyer, who turns his man. Dreckmeyer trying to go by 2 and couldn't get in between Karanlagi and Xavi Resendez. Burlington half numbers forward. Resendez trying to maybe counter. Dreckmeyer wins it and goes around him. Dreckmeyer pokes it with the right foot in toward Nudd, who rolls it toward Tappan, who makes the save. Give him 4 so far in this first half, and pretty much, I believe all 4 of them actually have been from shots by Jacob Nudd. Decent ball forward, but Menon able to get there. Simmons
Nice ball.
And selfishly kind of grateful that that didn't take a deflection off of the foot of Narek Ramundo, because that would have been heading right in mine and Peter's direction. Shout out our super producer, Peter. Always good on the ones and twos. Dreckmeyer trying to work his way around one or two defenders here and roll it into the path of Nud, but again, tapping right there. Kaiden Dreckmeyer looking lively on that left-hand side for Burlington. Here's Ramundo for Washington. And Kronlagi had to roll it ahead for Resendez, and we'll pull it back. I think ref wanted to make sure that Kronlagi was okay. Resendez was ready to scamper up that right side. Instead, Brower will take a free kick, which, to call back to myself a few minutes ago, have been pretty fruitful for Washington this season, even from these deep positions. If you can swing one into a dangerous area, that one wasn't, though. Collected by Valdez. It'll roll back out for Brower. We'll try to play it forward. Simmons. And here's Dreckmeyer. He's got time. Dreckmeyer's also got Nud ahead of him. Nud took a touch, and it was too big of a touch. It's almost one of those where, especially as a forward, you're excited to be making those runs, and sometimes you almost have too much space than you realize, and that can make you overthink at times and either take a touch too big or a touch too small. But Nud will have some more opportunities, you might feel, if you're Burlington. Clow trying to win it. Ball was ping-ponging off of his feet. Ramundo, that wasn't the ball he was looking for, but charging for it was Resendez. Clow is there as well. Simmons did a good job to get it away. Kellen Hernandez into this match and did a good job to work it up the sideline and steer it out of play. Nud, good turn. Nud into the path of Roy Brown. Hernandez, the two substitutes for Burlington, working well. Nud again, one-on-one with Brower. Nud hits it with the left this time and tapping right there at the near post. Opportunities for Burlington as we're beyond the halfway mark of this first half. Johan Resendez. Valdez called for a run. It works its way up to Roy Brown. Kellen Hernandez now. He can tee one up from distance. Blocked by Giovanni Martinez. Valdez, Nud. Excuse me, that was Brown who rolled it back for Jacob Nud, who got it out wide. And it's Valdez again. Valdez turns. Valdez fires! Good effort as well. Difficult angle. But that had Braden Tappan at least reaching out for it. In the end, off target for Christopher Valdez, who's got a goal and 2 assists on the season. Had one of each against Mediapolis, another assist in that 10-0 win for the Greyhounds over Keokuk. Another freshman for B-Town, as Cloud having to deal with Simmons, or maybe the other way around, and Simmons does so successfully. Nud has it again. Augie Norris trying to play it forward. It's out. It'll be a Greyhounds throw, though. Valdez, Schreiber challenging and challenging well. Valdez, he's looked lively in these last few minutes. Couldn't hook a cross in, though. It's a Greyhounds team that returned 12 from a season ago. same number as Washington. Burlington had plenty of seniors from last year as well, 11 of them, in fact. Mateo Weir had 8 goals last season, probably their biggest departure in terms of goal contributions. Demons, of course, brought nearly their entire squad back, and they've gelled this season, especially in moments outside of conference play, trying to get a big win here. So too is Burlington, and Nudd trying to put another on frame. That one blocked by Brower, but it'll be the first corner of the game for the visitors. First corner of the game for either team, in fact, and Nudd will hit an in-swinger with the right foot, curls it in a dangerous position. Crashing for it was Valdez. Couldn't steer a header to bother tapping. Danger averted for now for Washington, but Burlington certainly threatening. Nudd has been everywhere up front. Ball rolled forward. Not going to be there for Santi Ramirez. He would have probably had to turn into Usain Bolt to chase that one down. Is fast, I will grant him that. But again, it's just about putting the right amount of weight on those passes. Even from goal kicks, we know Tappan can be dangerous on goal kicks when punting it as well. It can spring some Washington attacks. They've scored some goals that way, so you can't rule it out. But you want to build as well, and Raimundo had it taken off him by Nudd, but Kronlage got on it and couldn't steer a pass into Resendez's feet. Menon.
My bad, I should have let you know. Good. Hey, lay it back. One behind. Shabby.
Resendez. Kronlage, Nudd there. Nudd plays it forward. Brown can get on the run. Salas Gomez there defending. Salas Gomez pokes it off him. Turns it out of play. Good defending to at least hold Burlington up, and now Washington can get a little bit of a shape defensively. Nudd working his way into the box. Kronlage with the challenge. Raimundo can turn now. Good sliding effort there by Hernandez. Johan Resendez for Washington. Kronlage has a runner in Xavi Resendez, and a good ball for him as well. Resendez, Simmons charging back to win it. Got a good challenge. Slid, and the ball stayed in play somehow. Now Kronlage trying to use his body and use too much of it. Committed a foul on Hernandez there. Nudd again. Decent idea back there. Doing some defensive work was Ramirez, but Nudd right back on it. Nudd will hit one from distance, takes a bounce, tapping a 6th save of this first half. Resendez quickly the other way for Washington. Had to go forward, kept in play. Kronlage hooked forward. Clow is up there, and Clow is offsides. Under 12 minutes to play in half number 1. Still scoreless between Washington and Burlington. Game that's trending in a similar way to the first matchup between these two sides over at the home of the Grayhounds. But Kronlage trying to maybe change that for Washington with an attack, and it's well won back by McCampbell. This Burlington defense has just had answers thus far, and their forward line trying to help out as well, and it's a hard hit shot, but no trouble in the end for Tappan on the strike by Dreckmeyer. Ramirez can turn. Santi trying to poke it forward. Clow and Raimundo both up there. Defending is Donovan Hampton. Able to get it away. Clow challenging with McCampbell. Menon. Hampton, a good ball forward for Hernandez. Keeps it in with the right foot. Unconventional pass, but it worked there to get it up to Nudd, who tries to return it for Hernandez. Nudd has it here, top of the box. That early ball from Hernandez was to Brown. It was a good one by Kellen Hernandez. Clow goes long with the punt. And Nudd stuck a foot in and fouled Brower. Now Washington getting some more numbers forward once again. Brower up ahead for McCampbell. Ramirez turns. Going for a Washington throw. Minutes to play here in this first half, and save for that chance by Dreckmeyer. Things have slowed down just a little bit for both teams. Washington hasn't really troubled Menon just yet. Burlington just the one corner, and outside of those huge chances for Nudd earlier, haven't put a big opportunity on frame. Resendez hit that with his hand. Ref might not have seen it. Now I think does make the call. We'll see what both teams decide to do in between halves. It's notable Cortez has been on the bench back for most of this first half, so it might have been a bit of a senior day start for Edwin, and then back to the bench potentially. Don't want to speculate too much, but potentially still dealing with some injuries, and of course that's a big miss for Washington to have to deal without him, and now they have to deal with a charging Brown, who put it on frame, but again, no problem for Tappan. And Braden, the kicker for the Washington football team, hammers it. It's to the foot of Johan Resendez. Turns it upfield towards Clow. It's a good ball. Menon was there. Raimundo went early with Menon tracking back a little bit.
Had to be about a perfect strike from that range. So Menon, it'll go down as a save for him, but one of the easier ones he'll probably make. Stevens with a good ball forward now, and Brown running on it. Brown can tee one up the other way, and it flies over the crossbar. And as if on cue, right when I was doing my speculating, this is why they tell you not to, Cortez back into the game for Washington. Nearly involved right away, but Tappan's goal kick went well beyond him. And now it can run for Santi Ramirez. Ramirez stops, has some numbers in the box, returns for Cortez. And it's out of play for a Washington throw. So good sign for the Demons. He'll come in for the final 5 minutes at least of this first half. See if Washington can create a chance or even a goal in that time. And Schreiber mishandled the throw. Cortez settles it. Ramirez, early cross. Cortez tried to bring it down. We'll do it again with another Demons throw. Raimundo kind of queuing up for it. Goes to Johan Resendez, excuse me. Cortez curls one in. Xavi Resendez is there. Couldn't bring it down on the first ball, but gets to the second. Resendez tried to turn one on frame, and it stays in play enough for Menon to come get it and save a Washington corner. Difficult ball to bring down and turn. Resendez did his best with it. Got a bandage coming loose, and got it under control at least for now, and has the ball again. Xavi trying to turn. Simmons just been equal to it so far, but Xavi wins it back off him. And the cross took a deflection. It was good improvising with the bandage coming loose for Xavi Resendez. He's looked the most opportunistic so far for Washington on their attacking front. Got 3 minutes to halftime, and see if both teams go into the break still all square with no goals between them. There's been opportunities. Burlington's had the better of them. That Washington defense just so vital all season. That's why it was surprising, really, to see a team put 6 past them. They're pretty sure in defense, but of course, a group of juniors back there, still stuff to learn for them, even as they get to become the older players and senior members of this Demons team. But of course, learning moments want to be cashed in and translated to wins, and now Burlington's got an opportunity. Giovanni Martinez dealt with it well initially. Danger not totally clear, though. And now poked away from the Washington 18-yard box. And Cortez can bring it forward. Couldn't find Raimundo on the through ball. Comes out for Simmons. Plays it forward looking for Hernandez. Goes out of play. Kronlagi can carry it a little. Tried to go early instead to Raimundo. Now Xavi Resendez tried the same thing. It comes back for him. Simmons again equal to it. He's had plenty of tackles in half number 1. Tried the early ball himself. Brown, Nudd trying to return it for Roy Brown. Instead, it's in the hands of the often sure-handed Braden Tappan. Approaching 90 seconds left in half number 1, so unless a team can maybe get a corner or a big chance in these final few seconds or minute and change, it's looking like it'll be all square. Unless Burlington can change that here. Hernandez out wide. Dreckmeyer, who's switched wings, by the way, was over here on the left for a good chunk of that first half. Is out on the right-hand side now. Nudd, a good turn. Over for Stevens. Simmons. Now it's Resendez's turn to try and do some defending on him. Shot blocked by Johan Resendez. Comes out for Nudd, though. He could tee one up, maybe. Demon's able to crash for it. Stevens approaching 30 seconds to play. It's booted clear. That will, at the very least, likely allow Washington to see out this half. Simmons. Kronlage sliding for it. Nothing doing from the referee. Cortez. Brower, good ball forward. With 10 seconds to go, though, it'll roll to Menon. So all square between Washington and Burlington after one half of play. It was a compelling one, but nothing in the end able to separate these two teams. We'll see what strategies they draw up. We'll recap the first half a little bit more. Come back for a short break. You're watching Washington Demons Soccer here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Kick it with Fairway all soccer season long with all the spring deals and variety you're looking for. Stay in the game with all the fresh deals and snacks to fuel your championship season. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Back here at the South Field on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. 1-1 between Washington, or 0-0, between Washington and Burlington. As we welcome you into the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show, Jack Knowlton, great producer Peter Camp. Jack Knowlton definitely not butchering that intro back out of halftime. 1-1 was the scoreline between these two teams last time they played out a draw in Burlington. It was Washington getting a late equalizer. So far, neither team able to get out in front. Burlington have really had the better of the two chances between these two teams. Jacob Nudd, the junior midfielder, 6 goals and 1 assist on the year for him. Has none so far, but he hit the woodwork and has forced Braden Tappan into at least 4 of his 6 saves in that first half. But unable to break through. Roy Brown, the sophomore, plays midfield and forward for Burlington. he came in, Nudd kind of slid from that central striker spot in behind Brown and was kind of doing more of the facilitating, and that did work for Burlington to create some more chances. Brown got on the end of a few good runs. Christopher Valdez, the talented freshman for Burlington, had some moments as well, but still all square. Washington going forward. Xavi Resendez really created the best opportunities for the Demons. Over here on this near side, he'll be on the far side now, playing kind of that right wing. Braden Clow played a chunk up front. And Eric Raimundo, of course, always dangerous with 6 goals on the year for him, but neither team able to break through. The better the chances went to the Greyhounds. We'll see if Washington can kind of reverse that a little bit. We'll see if either team can find a goal. Will we have our first scoreless draw? I don't think in the storied history of the Southeast Iowa Video Network soccer broadcasts have we had a goalless draw. Of course, in Southeast Iowa, draws haven't been a thing. You used to play an extra period and go to a penalty shootout if you need to find a winner. But of course, these teams know you can tie. Demons have done it twice this year. They both have been 1-1 affairs, Mid-Prairie and that first game on April 13th against Burlington. It was Xavi Resendez who got the equalizer in that one. Can he be the man to break the deadlock here in half number 2, which is getting underway as soon as the referee says it's okay for Jacob Nudd to pass it back to a teammate, and he does just that. And we are underway in the second half. Washington and Burlington. Demons now going from right to left. Seen some great last-minute goals from Washington this season. Seen a couple from their opponents as well. I go back to that Columbus game. Demons were 3-1 up in that, and Sachio Villagrana scored with really 100 seconds to go, and that made it 3-2, made it a little bit nervy. Of course, Washington, it was Xavi Resendez. Keep mentioning his name. He scored, and that was the game against Highland. The Demons, that gave the Demons an 11-1 win. It ended the game with the mercy rule, but still a goal that Washington was hunting. We're in a little bit of a different, just a little bit of a different situation here. But late goals have been a thing. And of course, you can turn to this last matchup with Resendez from Eric Raimundo. Can those two connect again? Can Burlington get themselves a good win in SEC play? Fletcher Brower sends it long. Cloud does start up front. We'll see how long and if we see Edwin Cortez in the second half. Definitely limited in his minutes in the first. Resendez tries to roll into the path of Johan Resendez. Xavi and Johan, 2 talented sophomores for Washington. 6 goals, 4 assists between them this year. Nudd into the box. Brower had to make a good challenge. And a critical one. First foray forward for Jacob Nudd of Burlington. And now Dreckmeyer gets fouled. That's going to set up a free kick in a dangerous position. And no real surprise, Nudd standing over it. See how many Tappan puts in the wall. Nudd can put one on frame. From my angle, can be a little tough to judge where the 18-yard box is at just with the lines. Kind of level with the playing surface, so. This one, probably 25 yards out. Definitely a scoring opportunity. Nudd instead kind of clipped it into the box. It could still fall, and it hits the woodwork again. Another ricochet, and Tappan got a palm to it. Didn't even clock him on the face on the way through. I thought he saved it with his hand. He went down, took a second to get back up. Ended up being a good move by Nudd on the free kick instead of going for goal. Danger still not averted yet. Corner for Burlington. Ace save of the evening for Braden Tappan. And he's going to need a replacement. Couldn't quite tell what he injured. If it was the hand, he is taking that glove off. So that will bring in Jaden Schreiber, the freshman, as Tappan will get looked at. Hopefully he's okay. So a huge spot here for the freshman Schreiber. Corner taken short. Return for Nudd. And clipped back in the path of Valdez. It's crossed toward the back post. Gathering is Peslowski, and Washington trying to turn the Greyhounds outside of their own 18-yard box, and they get it clear that time. So Schreiber, a freshman, 3 saves on the season for him. He's made just 2 appearances, and they have been in both of Washington's big wins this season. He made 1 save against Highland, 2 against the Keokuk Chiefs. Those were the 11-1 win I mentioned, and an 8-0 victory for the Demons against Keokuk. That was 2 matches ago. So a massive spot for Schreiber. This Tappan will get treatment over there on the sideline. We'll see if and when he's able to come back. Hopefully, of course, he's okay. Talented junior in between the posts for Washington, but what an opportunity for Schreiber to try and make an impact. Just a freshman can have a long career with this Washington team. But if you're Burlington, you know, as any team would with a backup goalkeeper coming in, no matter the circumstance, you're going to feel a little more motivated to get forward. Clow trying to charge one down. Johan Resendez up there as well. Burlington get it away and can come forward now. An early ball just out of the reach of Peslowski. Oh, and Stevens heads it down. Peslowski, good early ball. It rolls all the way through, and the chance. Schreiber makes his first save. It was the chance for Dreckmeyer, who I believe was the one who shot Tappan saved. Him and Valdez both had rebound opportunities off that corner kick, or off that free kick, rather, by Nudd, and one of them hit the woodwork. The other had his shot parried by Tappan, and good sign for Washington. He is walking over to the halfway line to come back in. And give some credit to Jaden Schreiber. Had a real chance to deal with and dealt with it. Good sign for the freshman. That'll do some wonders for his confidence. Tappan will soldier on. Clow, that was a funky technique there to drop down and get the header, but he won it. Whatever works. And he's jockeying with Donovan Hampton there. Just trying to put as much pressure as he can on these defenders for Burlington. A decent idea there. Couldn't find the path, or the foot rather, of Resendez. Johan tracking back. Out wide. Peslowski. Augie Norris. Well done by Ramirez. Ramirez, a good touch. Ramirez, a big chance. Couldn't turn it on frame. That was a real opportunity.
Short up, defense.
Menon was at his near post. Don't know if he maybe thought that Ramirez wasn't going to get to that second touch, but he did, and had an opportunity. That's been one of Washington's better chances, or that was one of Washington's better chances of the game so far. Karan Lagi. Ball played forward. Brower. Johan Resendez. Eric Raimundo played forward for Clow. Can Clow run onto it? Menon able to get there. It does take a touch off Clow. He went with his feet, Menon. Washington will have a throw. So a save with his foot. Can Washington, sort of smash and grab fashion, go score? That was how the Demons managed to get in front, or managed to equalize, rather, the last time these two teams played. Raimundo returns it for Kronlage, who can play across. He went low, couldn't beat the first defender. Dreckmeyer. Forward for Valdez. Valdez, Brower, Tappan coming out for it. Sliding for it was Nudd. Tappan able to turn it away and clear it long. Good sign for Braden Tappan. Not sure what he injured, but able to get out there and played well with his feet. So if it was a lower body injury, it didn't show there. Kevin Salas Gomez now. Couldn't keep that one out of touch, and be a throw for Burlington. Salas Gomez again. And a throw for Burlington again. Just over 9 minutes gone in half number 2. Hampton. McCampbell had himself a good first half, along with Simmons in defense for the Greyhounds. Augie Norris couldn't find a teammate. That ball flying near our stanchion. Peter was ready for it. No, he was cowering. Let the record show. Owen Stevens for Valdez. And that was a missed touch by Salas Gomez. It could set up Jacob Nudd. Nudd around Salas Gomez again. Still working for it. Out wide, Dreckmeyer. Dreckmeyer hits it over the bar. Tappan. Touchdown beautifully by Ramirez. Trying to roll into the path of Clow. Hampton over there. Our camera on the far side. Safe. We've had one camera hit this season. Trying to keep it that way. Schreiber plays it back for Raimundo. Good spell here for Washington. Ramirez. He's been at the heart of it. Couldn't get around McCampbell, though. But back on it here. And now with Schreiber. Schreiber goes early. A decent ball over the head of Hampton. Clow trying to get a touch to it. Wasn't the one he wanted, though. And now Christopher Valdez can come the other way for the Greyhounds. Valdez around Kronlage well. Valdez, a great ball forward. Nudd is one-on-one with Tappan. Jacob Nudd. Tappan got to it and couldn't keep it out. It was an excellent ball forward by Christopher Valdez.
Nice pass, Chris!
And the deadlock has been broken by the Greyhounds. So a 7th goal of the season for Nudd, who was in a good position, but I think a lot of the credit, and Nudd will be the first to give it, to his teammate Valdez for just a beautifully weighted through ball. And Tappan got himself in the right position, got a hand to it, but it was a well-placed ball hit with enough power but low, and just rolled over his hand. Brower couldn't clear it off the line. Burlington put Washington in a difficult position there and took advantage. They're up 1-0. See how the Demons can respond. The Greyhounds, of course, this period after you score, so critical for both teams. Burlington's gonna look right now to add a second, really commit numbers forward and try and hit Washington while they're down. That one carries over. Tappan, he keeps it off the line. No, he doesn't. Burlington were appealing, and they won the appeal. And potentially a mishit cross from Reddick Peslowski, but he won't care. It's in the back of the net, and just like that, it is 2-0. And so I was just saying how crucial that time after you score that first one is, and Burlington took advantage, and now they're trying to tee one up from distance. Oh my goodness! They won it off the kickoff, and Valdez chips it over the head of Tappan. Wow, in a flash, it's 3-0 Grayhounds. Valdez, he was smart to lift his head up, and obviously Washington had possession. Tappan was just a bit more forward. And with how quickly the Greyhounds were able to get it back, Tappan wasn't able to scramble back to his line, and they're now 3 to the good, and Washington in real jeopardy here with 27 minutes to play. A minute and 1 second of real time. Kronlage goes low. Free kicks just haven't been put in too many dangerous spots. Giovanni Martinez is there to collect. Per hour, Washington trying to get its shape in possession a little bit here. It's 3-0 Greyhounds. I've got 28-32. As here's Eric Raimundo coming forward. 28-32 left on the clock when Jacob Nudd found the back of the net for the first goal, and it was 27 minutes and 30 seconds left when Chris Valdez sniped it from distance. The match has changed in an instant. Kronlage, that hit a hand, ref missed it. I'm sure who would hit a hand. I think it hit a couple. And now Dreckmeyer was going forward. Kronlage and Martinez, or another Washington defender back there. It's up for Raimundo. He's the only one up there right now for the Demons, and Hampton works it away from him. That's Christopher Perez, who's into the game. His 4th appearance of the season, Perez. He was back there defending with Brower before. Schreiber, a good sliding challenge. Cortez into the game as well for Washington. Neri Salazar is looking like he's going to go check in. Salazar and Xavi Resendez going to come in. Cortez will make his way back out. Christopher Perez out as well. Brower hammers it forward. Hampton, a good header. Valdez, they can come forward again, maybe Burlington. It's Nick Schroeder. Touched out wide. Well worked by Dreckmeyer. Dreckmeyer around another. Dreckmeyer into the path of Nudd. Trying to return it for Dreckmeyer. And it's wide. Nearly there for Kaiden Dreckmeyer, who might feel like he deserves a goal the most. Maybe save for Nudd. He's had some big chances in this game. He's talented freshman for Burlington, 2 goals on the year for him. But now the Greyhounds can just feel so much more comfortable with how quickly they were able to go 1, 2, 3. Santi Ramirez dances around one defender. Finds Salazar. Mary Salazar tried to find Raimundo. This intercepted. And a couple of these passes, the ideas have been there for Washington, and the execution just a smidge behind. Here's an early hit low, and no trouble that time for Tappan on the strike by Schroeder. Out wide, it's Paslowski who went early again, and the chances abound for Burlington. And see Nudd just talking to his teammate there just to settle it down, create the best look you can. But you can't knock the confidence with such a big cushion. Kronlage slides a pass in. Johan Resendez just bumped off the ball. Norris kind of screened him away there. Decent ball in by Kronlage. Hit hard by Menon on the punt. Valdez, early ball, looking for Dreckmeyer. Schroeder made the pass, and it ends up rolling all the way out for a goal kick. I'll allow a couple more subs in. Marcellus Hunt in for his first action of the game. Dreckmeyer will take a well-deserved break. Schroeder out of the game as well. Kellen Hernandez comes in. Nice touch there by Johan Resendez of Washington. Greyhounds again, able to break forward. Tappan will call off Martinez. Nudd in that pass. One back by Brower. Hampton touch forward for Owen Stevens. Back for Norris. Stevens again. Nudd, well done to get it out wide to Simmons. Credited a lot for helping limit Washington's attack. Having to deal with Xavi Resendez on that right-hand side. That strike by Stevens was blocked by Martinez. Simmons again. Good ball forward. Paslowski around one. Paslowski can hit one. Rolls to Tappan. Reach the halfway point of half number 2, and Washington gonna really need to start pouring the numbers forward. Had a short spell just before Burlington got its first, and the Greyhounds with just a barrage. Here's Ramirez. Able to carry it forward a little bit, but had his pass cut out. Nudd, Salazar, and Johan Resendez challenging him. Burlington now with their advantage, and you can see Washington trying to hunt challenges and tackles with a little bit more desperation. Burlington's been able to stretch this Demon team a little bit and be more comfortable in possession. There's a good ball forward. Schreiber defending the early strike by Paslowski. And Radek Paslowski will be over there to take the corner. Plays it short for Nudd, who turns and tries to go early, and Ramirez turns it out, but it'll be a fourth corner of the afternoon for Burlington. Washington notably have not had a chance from the corner flag yet today. Nudd, again, Ramirez doing some good defending, and Ramirez bursting forward, trying to go early for Narek Raimundo, and just couldn't find him on that pass, but good thinking and good defending before that by the freshman Ramirez. Clow, Perez, and Cortez are all set to check in for Washington. Perez, that one's intercepted. Salas Gomez. Stevens picks it up near midfield. Cortez gets a touch in for Washington. Raimundo, Johan Resendez. The Demons at this point too, whatever fight you can find, just showing you're not going to completely roll over. Again, it is 3 goals, but they came in such a fast stretch. Washington can still have a bright spell of play to end this game. Prevent Burlington from piling on to the lead, even if it results in a loss. You can try and get something out of the final 15 plus minutes. Here's Cortez. Cortez will hit it early and got under it. Demons have just 4 games left, if you can believe it, after tonight. Got that rematch against Mount Pleasant still set to be played, but games against Fairfield, Keokuk, those 2 teams, they've played once already, of course, in SEC play, and will end the season at Clear Creek Amana. Burlington with another chance forward. Schreiber got back really well, and a foul will go on Paslowski. Schreiber's free kick bounces down for Clow. Clow trying to make something happen, and it's won back by Mick Campbell, who's made some good challenges here today. Paslowski, the early ball. Martinez is first to it. Smartly plays it to Schreiber. Schreiber, Raimundo goes for the 1-2. It's one back though, Paslowski, and he's got some space now to run into. Raimundo tracking back to defend, and does that time. Stays with a throw for Burlington. Greyhounds, they've got home games against the Trojans and the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. Then they'll go to Davenport North for an out-of-conference game, and another chance for a 4th, and it's tucked home. Jacob Nudd, a 2nd goal and an 8th on the season. .14:10 to play. It's all Greyhounds. Salas Gomez for Raimundo. Jacob Nutt has shown some quality today. Schreiber, Sendez for Raimundo. Cortez challenging for it. Greyhounds trying to add more. Nutt again. Burlington just putting on a clinic in terms of what you want to do after you score. Goals came thick and fast, and they've really shut Washington out. After that Ramirez chance, they just haven't been able to find the breakthrough. Greyhounds defenses done a good job. Talked about Simmons a lot in that first half. Aspen, one of the talented juniors for this Burlington team. This will be another learning moment for Washington as Nutt tried to settle it down for Roy Brown. Kronlage, nice flick away. Can Resendez maybe burst? Raimundo's ahead of him, so too is Clow, and he rolls it up forward, looking for the path of Narek Raimundo. It's mishandled by Menon. Raimundo's trying to get on it. Clow is there. Raimundo again. Can he tee one up? And again, Burlington defending really well. Kronlage went from distance, and Johan Resendez fouled. Donovan Hampton there. Good chance going forward, but again, just talking about that Greyhound defense, they've just been equal to these Washington attacks, have gotten back really well, much like Washington has done in a lot of matches this season. But the Demons just unable to find a way through, even on a rare error from Menon. Ramirez trying to play it forward for Clow. No, he's going to run onto it himself. Look at the speed from Santi Ramirez. Got a shot in. Boy, regardless of the result of this game, Washington has some player by the looks of it on their hands, and Santi Ramirez, just a freshman, already 6 goals and 2 assists this year, and shows a lot of burst on the wing, really either on the left or right-hand side. Demons will have a throw. Brower, that was taken off the feet of Aiden Gutierrez there. Edward Bickle into the game for Burlington. Johan Resendez, he can come forward after Washington won it back. Rolls it forward for Santi Ramirez. Over to get it, cleared away was McCampbell, who just as a sophomore himself has looked impressive. Schreiber with the high boot. And a foul will go against Brown. Ramirez trying to turn again, great footwork. Trying to find Kevin Salas Gomez. It's taken off his feet. Johan Resendez is able to win it back. Washington just with a bunch of numbers forward, trying to maybe get a consolation goal. Raimundo out wide and just a bit overhit to find Xavi Resendez. 9 minutes to play. Salazar about to come back in for Washington, and the ref going to book Xavi, who I think gave a push as that ball rolled out of bounds. And instead of Salazar, Christopher Perez will come back in. Salazar is getting ready, and I'm just giving an explanation to Coach Sally Hard on the yellow. Excuse me, not Salazar. Is number 23 for Washington, Emmanuel Hernandez. Salazar's 22. Once again, from across the field, I think I'm going to give myself some grace on misreading a 3 versus a 2. I'll bring binoculars next match. Kronlage has the throws. Play resumes for Washington. Clow will come off. Hernandez had a good outing against Keokuk. 2 goals for him in that one. He's making his 4th appearance of the season, so 2 and 3. Efficient stuff from the junior Emmanuel Hernandez, and he's on the ball here. Hernandez trying to return it to Raimundo. Out wide, Perez. Kronlage curls an early cross, and it's a good one to Ramirez, who settles. Ramirez! Off target again, and boy, that'll be one he'll want to try and put out of his memory quickly, because he did everything right to set himself up. It was a beautiful touch. Great ball as well from Ben Kronlage. Just couldn't tuck it into the back of the net after he took the touchdown. Well, did the hard bit. Of course, again, just in his freshman season, those are good learning moments and good positions to put yourself in if you're Santi Ramirez. Tap-in will go long. We'll take a bounce for Raimundo against Simmons. Eric in the corner flag. Simmons was able to win it off him, but it's kicked out for a throw for Washington. Johan Resendez. Out wide for Schreiber. Ramirez. Johan Resendez trying to return it to Santi. Win it back. Johan Resendez as well just has some motor on him. Been running everywhere, been playing deep, playing up. Just hasn't been able to been cashed in the Demons' effort here today. With the loss, they'll drop to 4-5-2 on the year. All played forward. And tap in there. 4-5-2 on the year. Again, they'll have that rematch with Mount Pleasant coming up. 2 more rematches against SEC opponents in Fairfield and Keokuk. As here's a chance now. McCampbell is forward from the defensive position, and Tappan had to make the save, and it was a good one. Keegan McCampbell getting a chance to play a little higher up the pitch than he probably usually does. Another corner as well, 5th of the contest for the Greyhounds. Ball curled in, and Tappan will catch it. By my count, 13 saves for Braden on the day, but again, go back to what I said at the top of the broadcast, that's usually a number indicative of a lot of chances being created. He made 7 the first time out against Burlington. Baranlagi, under 5 minutes to play, approaching 4 here at Washington Wellness Park. And again, we'll just have to be back to the drawing board a little bit for a young side, as Jacob Nudd, potentially a cramp for Burlington. For a young Washington team, just having to go back to the drawing board a little bit. I mean, 2 good teams they're losing to. I talked about the competitiveness of the SEC. Mount Pleasant has set the tone in it. Fairfield's having a good year as well. Burlington and Fort Madison, of course, no slouches themselves. Ton of talent in the conference this year. Demons ranked 3rd in goals in it this season so far, 29. 3rd in assists as well. 3rd in shots on goal.
Go 37, bring it home.
It'll have to be back to the drawing board a little bit for Washington. Trying to recalibrate ahead of another tough SEC test against Mount Pleasant. For Burlington, a big-time, much-needed win for them as well. They'll improve to 2-3-1 in conference play, 3-6-1 overall. They played some good opponents in and out of conference this season. Under 4 to play, Schreiber working against Bickle for Burlington, and now gets it up to Ramirez. Santi trying to run and trying to feed it for Hernandez. Couldn't quite find his feet. Simmons. Karanlagi takes it off him well and makes a nice move. Chips across in toward Narek Ramundo. It rolls past Menon and can't squeeze in the far post. And out for a goal kick to boot. And actually, Ramundo was in an offside position anyway. Referee on the far side with the flag up. Resendez, Karanlagi. Trying to feed it for Ramundo. Barauer. Chips it ahead. You're never going to get a lack of effort from these Demons. Fletcher Bauer, no matter what the score is, not going to risk taking a touch first. He's going to boot it out of play and out of danger, and that's the right instinct for a center back, and a talented one at that in Bauer. Menon swings one forward. Burlington trying to hunt a 5th in the final 2 minutes. Bickle forward early. Some space here for Schroeder. Nick Schroeder turns an early cross. Bauer is there. Karanlagi goes out for a throw. Quick reminder after this one, we'll have a quick break and come back and wrap things up with the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, your home for Demon boys and girls soccer. Demon girls will be here against Mount Pleasant. May 4th their way this weekend in a tough tournament. Gonna go over to Denver to play New Hartford and Denver. Denver, a ranked team over in Class 1. We'll see how Washington can test themselves on the girls' side in that one. Final minute here. Coach Hart and co. defeated just by a barrage of Burlington goals. Once again, they scored 3 in just over a minute. We're able to pretty much comfortably see out the final 26 minutes of this one. Hernandez trying to flick it for Kronlagi. Simmons back there. He's been stout all game. Stout again here with 20 seconds to play. Brown forward for Hernandez. Trying to reverse it to Brown. Can they put a shot on frame? At the buzzer, it's blocked by Martinez, and that will just about be that. With 7, they'll have to move with some urgency to get the cross in. So Burlington going to see out a 4-0 win over Washington. Scored 3 in a minute, added a 4th. 2 of them for Jacob Nudd. We'll step aside for just a moment, come back, wrap things up with the Community First Credit Union post-game show. This is Demon Soccer here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Kick it with Fairway all soccer season long with all the spring deals and variety you're looking for. Stay in the game with all the fresh deals and snacks to fuel your championship season. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At First Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with First today and see why together is better.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Back here at Washington Wellness Park, where the Demons beaten 4-0 by Burlington. We welcome you into the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Jack Knowlton from a very chilly broadcast setup. It was a 3-goal barrage for the Grayhounds. They got the breakthrough. These teams were scoreless after 1 half of play. Burlington was able to score. It was a great ball by Christopher Valdez in toward Jacob Nudd, who was able to bury one after Tappan made initially a pretty good save. Just rolled over his arm and wasn't able to be kept out. But then in quick succession, it was Radek Peslowski who kind of mishit across from the right-hand side. I kind of felt that was his intention just from that angle, but it curled and ended up curling into the back of the net over the head of Tappan. And then off that ensuing kickoff, Valdez was able to intercept it. And with Tappan just cheated up a little bit out of his goal, Valdez saw it as soon as he won the ball and chipped the Demons goalkeeper for the third. And then Nudd was able to add one with just over 14 minutes to play to make it a 4-0 win. So just a barrage, a tough one for Washington to swallow, but they'll have to go back to the drawing board a little bit for Sally Hart and company. Some good opportunities. Santi Ramirez was really lively, especially in that second half. Had 2 really good opportunities to maybe put one on the board for Washington, but just couldn't manage to bury it after creating some chances for himself. So back to the drawing board for Washington, and they will be back here. So too will the girls team. We got doubleheader soccer coming up on our next broadcast Monday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, which I will introduce the broadcast with, no doubt about it. I have no shame. But for now, it was a 4-0 win for Burlington, dropping Washington's record to 4-5-2 on the season. For Peter Camp, for great cameraman Matt Bryant, who definitely doesn't ask for shout-outs, I'm Jack Knowlton. We'll see you back here Monday. Doubleheader soccer. Excited for that one between Washington and MP. Rivalry action on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We'll sign off here from Washington Wellness Park. Once again, your final on the boys' side, Burlington 4, Washington 0.